Hello again, nerds. More reactions. This time we're reacting to a band that I actually found because I watch potentially a little bit too much of the Punk Rock MBA. So if you have not checked out that channel, then I do suggest you go check him out. He's got some really interesting stuff. I don't always agree with him. Actually, in almost every one of his videos, I have something to nitpick, but by and large, it's quality content, so go check it out. It's really interesting content. This time, though, here, this video right now, the thing that we're doing is King 810. The name of the song we are going to be reacting and analyzing is Hellhounds, but we have an intro to hit first. Okay, so, again, this is a band that I've only recently become aware of, I guess is the way I should put that. I am not 100% on board with a lot of what they do necessarily. They're interesting as from an anthropological standpoint, I guess. But I mean, some of their stuff is really good, and it's more heavy, aggressive stuff, which is apparently what I listen to the most. So, but it's still like there's still some stuff that's like I feel like you're just trying to be scary. I understand they are from the Rust Belt, and so life is a very different situation than anything I have ever been exposed to. So I'm not trying to discredit any part of who they are or where they come from or anything like that. I just feel like sometimes it seems more facade than fact. That being said, I still, like I said, by and large, the bits of music of theirs that I have heard, I am into. I dig it. I put it on while I'm editing with some regularity. So for this song, Expectations, gonna be aggressive. That's I think they only have I'm only aware of anyway one tune in their library that is not chuggy heavy screamy stuff, and it's called I Ain't Never Going Back Again. For whatever reason, it comes up a lot when I'm listening to Tom McDonald, which kind of makes sense, I guess. But either way, this is not going to be that. This is going to be more heavy chuggy, I think. Also, from the little bit of here, let's do this little transition so you can see what I'm talking about. The little bit that you get from the little motion thumbnails that we have anymore, this one looks like it might be a little more experimental, so I'm down for that. Experimenting with sounds is always fun. So especially the thumbnail itself, like his one eye is whited out and it looks like the other eye is blacked out. Gonna be a little weird, not gonna lie. I feel like this one's gonna be a little weird. I don't know. I think that's all we got for Expectations, so let's listen to the tune. Oh, come on, YouTube. There we go. Definitely shades of
But they're gonna have to be at a different table.
Code Orange. So right off the bat, we've got a little bit of vocal. All right, so let's just talk about this video first. This is kind of what I was talking about with the trying a little too hard to be scary stuff. Again, I'm not trying to discredit their life experience at all, but like, it's a little. Look at how scary we can be. I'm digging the sonic aesthetic. I'm digging the atmosphere that they're creating sonically. I feel like that was another thing I guess I should have covered in expectations. I feel like his delivery, and I don't know the band members' names. I apologize. I'm not. Again, I'm not as well versed in them as I am most bands that we do reactions to like this, because I've only recently found them. But his vocal delivery is very reminiscent of like a hip hop style delivery. So that combined with the atmospheres is a little weird, but not bad necessarily. I like the layered guitar inside that electronic sound too. Ooh, and the bass kicks in, and you can hear it. Nice. I dig the groove of this little breakdown chorus thing. The braids and the spikes or whatever the heck is going on his head is a little new metal 1996, I guess. But still, like, a little... Yeah, okay. I'm such a big fan of dynamics like that, though. Like, the core, or the verse rather, was really busy and really active, and then we get to that chorus and it's really sparse, and it's just the vocal going the whole way through with some kick behind it. I feel like that, playing with dynamics like that, is a lot of fun, and it's very, very effective. It's like rappy new metal meets Manson. It sounds like is kind of what they're going for with this tune. And now we get a little bit more guitar in the mix. I like it. And the bass. I dig that we can get some bass in this. Wow, that's with those gang vocals behind the scream. That's really interesting. This is totally gonna be like a live, like super interactive, super effective live tune. The bit crushed vocal. The aesthetic is very reminiscent of like extreme hip hop stuff too, like all of the guns and the chains and stuff. Not quite as chuggy, very aggressive and in your face, but not quite as chuggy and heavy like I was thinking it was going to be. It's much more atmospheric and experimental. And I feel like that vocal delivery is simultaneously more and less, however that works out, more and less rappy than the other stuff that I've heard, like Alpha and Omega, and I can't even remember. I Ain't Never Going Back Again, but we've already discussed that that's not really indicative of the rest of their catalog, from what I understand. So, they were brought up. So the reason I even know who this band is because Punk Rock MBA brought him up in one of his What Happened to New Metal video. In his What Happened to New Metal video, I'm pretty sure, because he's talking about how there's a resurgence in the aggressive music community, with a nu metal aesthetic, a nu metal sound kind of thing. And these guys are one of those bands that kind of have that nu metal-y kind of sound, and are now affecting a nu metal look for the vocalist because, again, the spiky braid things. I had a vocalist in high school that did that kind of stuff, and that was a long time ago. So, like, that's probably why they intrigue me like they do. And this song, I feel like, is kind of leaning into the more experimental side of nu metal, thinking Marilyn Manson, who was not technically nu metal, but he came at it about the same time, more industrial. But Coal Chamber even has that kind of element to him, to a much lesser degree, Static X as well. But then also with the way the vocalist writes and performs, much more hip hop than you would tend to think with those elements, with the Coal Chamber and the Manson kind of thing. So very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. I don't know. What did you think? let's throw this one back to you guys. What did you think of the tune of I mean, production wise, I feel like they hit a lot of great things in the production for this, because when we got those sections where it was just the bass, it was an appropriate level for the bass. It didn't seem like there was much bass going on in the verses, but everywhere else in the chorus and in the bridge and stuff, we still got some bass. So I feel like the mix was effective, was where it should be. High side of the drums maybe could have been brought up a little bit, because I don't know, it wasn't distracting, but it wasn't as present as I probably would have liked. But still, pretty good tune. Not one of my favorites of theirs. I feel like they have much better material in their back catalog, but still not a bad tune. I think that's all we've got for this one, guys. What did you think of the tune? What do you think about what I'm adding to this conversation? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. There is a website if you want to do that, generallynerdy.net. There is plenty more up there, written reviews of things, and so on and so forth, as well as all of the videos. So you can go check that out. Check out the other things on the channel here and here, so you can see what else I'm doing, the daily, or the twice weekly rather, news show, all of that stuff. There is a subscribe button there, or even down below the video itself. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Let me know if you liked the video. Click that thumbs up and so on and so forth. And before we go, though, guys, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.